What is all this stuff? My wife's going to call it a mess when she gets home from Jekyll Island. It's funny. Got me a bucket of dirty water. Got me some kindling. Got some gel wax in there. Got my little fire area set up. And yes, this is a daylight test of the new lint log. So, what I'm going to do is take my Mora with its cool patina that I put on it with oranges and just cut me off a section because I don't think I'm gonna want to use the whole thing. I had one little section burn for 15 minutes last night, so alright, so I'm going to put that piece back in my baggie of cotton balls and lint logs. So you may be wondering, what in the world are you doing? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to simulate a wet tinder test. I'm going to take some wet tinder, we'll dunk it in the water, okay, shake it off as if it were, you know, hanging from a tree, and then I'm going to try to light it or dry it out with the lint log. And while I'm going to have a flame here, I might as well use that energy to melt some more gel wax. It's the circle of life. I found this little bag. It's funny. This morning, my wife thinks I'm crazy, and you may too. What I do is I'll keep a little box of baggies near the laundry area, and I'm always harvesting the dryer lint. So I've had this piece for quite a while. And I think this is the thicker mat that I was talking about. Yeah, that's a good one. So what I'm going to do is roll it out, put it in the pan over there, and when I get this melted from my wet tinder test, oh man, it's a circular reference. Then I'll pour that back in there and replace my test piece. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, there's my first little bundle. And you may be asking yourself, what are you trying to do? Well, I'm trying to simulate, let's say you come home from work on a Friday afternoon, you decide you're going to take off into the woods and do an overnighter, and you didn't check the weather, and it rains. You get there, you set up your hammock, your tarp, your tent, whatever it is. It rains that night. The next morning you wake up, you have no dry tinder. So if you're prepared, you will have your trusty lint log in your pack, and you'll be able to dry out some tinder. So let's just try this out. I don't actually know if it's going to work or not. So let's just dunk it a few times to simulate that it's... Now this wouldn't be tinder, you know, that you found rotted on the ground. That kind of wet. It would be tinder, like dead branches you would break off and try to light. See, just one little strike. Spoke too soon, didn't I? Okay. So I can do this without burning my camera. So now I've got my tinder, my wet tinder. See if I can dry some out. So what I'm going to do first is just lay it around it. I really don't want to put that on top of my lint log right now. I just want to put it around it. So that works better than I thought it would. Maybe we should get the wood a little more wet. Yeah, I know some of you are going to say, well, that's not really wet. Well, again, I'm not trying to simulate picking up rotten wood off the ground. It's going to be that wet. I'm trying to simulate a rain, you know, and then just where you would snap off dead branches of a tree that were off the ground that were wet. You can hear the sizzle. I'm putting them on there wet. See, I'm trying not to cover up my lint log. I want to use it as like a mini fire to dry out my kindling, my tinder. Oops. This is working better than I anticipated. Could about cooked a pot of water with my lint log, which is an option. You know, if you're out where you can't get any tinder dry, then you might have to just use your lint log. Trying to put them on there as wet as I can. Okay, that's not what you want. Okay, that's one thing you have to be careful with the gel wax. Obviously it's flammable. So let me see if I can get that put out. You certainly don't want to dunk water in there. I know you guys know that. There we go. Okay, I was trying not to waste the energy of my fire, but I wasn't paying attention. So the lint log is still burning in there. And I'm making quite a huge fire on my table out here. My wife again's going to kill me. I wish I had actually soaked that wood a little bit longer now, just to demonstrate how well the lint logs work at drying out tinder. Maybe what I need to do is soak the wood in water for a longer period of time. Okay, making a new lint log. There's a chunk right there. It's hot. Okay, that's going to be a good one. So let's go check out our... I'm going to actually see if I can dig out my lint log. I don't know if you can see it at the end of my knife is the lint log still burning. So I'm pretty confident that I could go into the woods even in a wet time and dry out some tinder I'll just have to try this out for real in the field and see. Should have made some coffee or tea.